Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, something that people ask me often is it safe to eat fish? And of course we have things that are published constantly by the DEC and guidelines and warnings, and they break it down by each species of fish and how often or if you should eat them. But there's so many other factors, and I guess what I would tell people, the same things that I kind of tell myself. I love to eat fish, but as the season progresses and it gets warmer and warmer, the water is getting warmer and warmer, the flesh on the fish gets softer and softer. And so the end result is, if you're eating fish that you catch in the summer, they're not going to be as good as if you eat them in the winter, or at least catch and clean them and prepare them in the winter. You can freeze them and you can eat them in the summer. But there's another aspect of this that I think we should be aware of. When the water gets really warm and lower levels in the summer, then we have algae blooms. We have all kinds of other bacteria and stuff that washes into the river in the summertime. The flow of the water is much less severe, so it tends to stay there and build up in the pools. And it can really affect the fish, and it can really affect whether you want to eat those fish or not, because remember, all those impurities, they will go through the fish's skin. I mean, our skin is porous, basically. And so think of what's just happened in the Deer River. And we've all been made aware of that the spill from the dairy plant of whatever chemicals have gone into that water from their effluent has killed a number of fish and ruined that river. So what would happen if you ate a fish that had been in water like that? You have to think of that. So it can't be good for us. And I guess the safest guide that I can say is, if you're going to eat fish, try to limit the amount that you eat, and it will vary by the species, because those species that eat lots of other fish are going to have higher levels of contaminants in them than fish that eat bugs and stuff like that. But the second thing is, it just doesn't make sense to risk it in the summertime. The fish isn't going to taste as good, and so I guess the safest advice I can give is go on the DEC sites and you'll find out which fish are safer to eat, and then limit the fish that you do eat to the ones that you catch during colder weather. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.